Yo, welcome back to the Boys Are Back in Town podcast. I'm Dustin. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey guys, it's Brett. So I just want to talk about something real quick. Do you think it's time for the two old guys to retire?
If you're talking about Rodgers and Brady, then yeah, I think it's time. I think their time is just come and go, and they can't accept it. I don't know, especially coming off last season, like where they both tore it the fuck up. Rodgers won MVP. Tom Brady led the league in passing yards and might even have led it
Yep.
in passing touchdowns. Like I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just having a little mid-season slump, but it's not looking good, man.
Well, it's just like 2 weeks in a row, Brady lost to rookie quarterback Pickett,
Pickett.
and then lost to XFL quarterback PJ Walker.
To be fair, whenever we talked about PJ Walker, we were high on this kid. All right, PJ Walker's kind of a stud, but you can't if you can't lose to that Panthers team, dude. You
And
can't.
put up only 3 points.
You can't. Like it doesn't look good, man. And Rodgers losing to the Giants, who we thought weren't good whenever they did lose to them. Lost to the Jets, who we thought weren't good till they lost to them. And then the icing on the fucking cake, lost to the Commanders. The Washington fucking NFC least commanders, dude. The cream de la shit. Like I don't know, man. I don't. I think it's the Packers. Either like I don't know, dude. I don't think the Packers are a good call for the rest of the season until they get their shit together.
I keep seeing trade rumors they're going to get a receiver because the way he looked at Romeo Dobbs last week after something happened, I think he's done. He may be a healthy scratch next week.
Did you not see what he said in the post game interview?
I guess I
He
didn't watch
said
it.
something like he's like too many guys making too many mistakes, and maybe we just need to start getting those guys less reps. And I was like, oh shit, Rogers isn't fucking around. But then again, whenever you're playing the game for 15 years, you don't have a losing season. Whenever you start losing, it's probably time to either listen to your quarterback or find some new guys.
Yeah, we got some big trades.
Big trades.
Unfortunately, James Robinson was traded to the Jets after a terrible injury to Brees Hall after Brees Hall was looking like a league winner in
Literally,
his
we love
rookie
Brees
league.
Hall, dude. We were fucking high on Brees Hall since the draft. We were both wanting him on our teams in
Hmm.
the dynasty, and then he got picked like first overall. We knew this guy
First
was going to be
overall.
crazy. But yeah, it did definitely not something you like to see. But the plus side for James Robinson holders like myself, who had James Robinson and Etienne,
Yeah, that
I
worked
feel
out
like a
so
million
well.
fucking bucks.
Yeah,
Because I
that worked out
had
so
two
well.
handcuffed running backs that I was scared to start. Now I have two RB1s plus Saquon. I feel like a million bucks. I don't even know what to do. I think I'm going to start all three of them next week.
Might as well. Um, but then we also had the McCaffrey trade right after we dropped our last week video, and he actually played.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to play, and people were overreacting, but dude literally had 2 days to learn the playbook. Um, just give it time. Give him one more week. I have him as a start next week. We'll get into that. I think with how much McCaffrey can just explode in an offense, the 49ers offense made Jeff fucking Wilson look good.
Yes.
So I think that anybody behind that line is going to pop off, and McCaffrey only needs a healthy line, and he'll go for 200 yards from scrimmage every single week, man.
Yeah, it seems kind of silly that they would go out and trade for a very expensive running back because McCaffrey's on that good deal. And, because they can make Jeff Wilson look good, they can make anyone look good. I don't know why you'd have to go out and get McCaffrey, especially when you had a guy like Debo, who I think this trade really hurts really bad because I think if you have Debo, it's time to sell.
Yeah, well, Debo was one of those guys that he did not like to play in the backfield. He was pretty vocal about it, and maybe as a part of his like signing, because he wasn't going to resign, but somehow they got him to resign. So I'm thinking that they said that they were going to go get a big money running back and get him out of the backfield. There would have had to been something in the contract, like talks where because he was very vocal about not liking playing in the backfield.
But yeah, more chances of getting injured and
Fuck yeah, dude, he's
they
not a big guy. Like
yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in the backfield either.
But yeah, we got two bye teams this week, the Chiefs and the Chargers. So be prepared for that. Lots of powerhouses there.
Yup. A lot of big
But we
names.
can get right into our waiver wire. And quarterback this week, I have Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I needed to pick up a quarterback because Patrick Mahomes is on a bye. So I go slide in my boy Danny Dimes, and guess who picks him up? Yeah, my co-host snagged him right in front of my eyes. So I have to find somebody else. I think I got somebody. I like Justin Fields this week.
I also thought that was a good one too.
Yeah, I
I
think.
was I was bouncing between Fields but Daniel Jones is playing Seattle this week. And did you know Daniel Jones has the second most rushing yards by a quarterback this year?
Yeah,
Only behind Lamar Jackson.
only and barely. It's a close race. And after 107 yards from the ground last week, everybody likes to give Daniel Jones shit about how he's not passing in the fourth quarter. But here's the deal: if you have somebody that works at Target on the weekends running a slant route, or you have a wide open 12-yard run, you're gonna run it, all right?
Yep.
And you're on a fourth down, fourth quarter drive. Like you have to get a first down, otherwise the game's over. He sticks his nose in it and goes and gets the fucking yardage. I love the guy. Big. I want him to come back on a 10-year deal. I do not give a fuck. I love Daniel Jones, but yeah, I think that's a great pickup, especially because of his legs, man.
And I really liked Fields this week too.
Yeah, and again, a running quarterbacks, man. I think he's either getting his stride or he's getting some more trust because something St. Brown, I don't know how to,
Equanimous.
Equanimous, yeah. He's looking good. He's just slinging the ball around right now, and yeah, I like Fields this week. And the rushing
I've
touchdown
got
upside is always nice.
yes, I've got Marquise Goodwin.
Oh my God, man! No way. I also have Marquise Goodwin.
I think DK Metcalf will at least miss a week, and because he got carted off, it could be longer than a week. But
Well,
DK Metcalf's a big guy, and then Lockett's dealing with a hamstring issue.
my I would be hesitant to start either. Well, to even think about starting Metcalf or Lockett. At least Lockett's practicing, but Pete Carroll literally said, "I'm not ruling out Metcalf for like." But how do you get carted off on Sunday
Yeah, and then
and
play
then
the
play
next
next
week.
Sunday? It's like, dude, like just give him a week, man. You're playing a Giants team who you're probably gonna lose to. Like, let's keep it real. I mean, in my opinion, I think they're gonna lose, but we can get to that later. I,
I have a discussion with you later about that.
I don't think you rush Metcalf back, especially this early in the season. I
No.
especially if you have Goodwin, who is a veteran wide receiver, went lights out on the Niners for like maybe one play every 3 weeks. You always see the 85-yard highlight, and then but yeah, I don't. I also have Goodwin. I think he's a good pickup. Maybe not a start, but definitely a good pickup.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup. Maybe not a start this week, but maybe next week. No
Yeah,
telling.
no telling.
I've got Gus Edwards.
Yeah, I was on the wrong end of the stick this week. I started Kenyon Drake. I was high on him.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I said in our last podcast, I was like, dude, this is the guy. He's literally going to get the first team reps. Everybody on Yahoo, everybody on ESPN said this is the guy who's starting, gets 5 rushes. Gus Edwards gets the entire workload,
Yep.
and we all just look stupid with him getting
Yeah.
half a point.
Dobbins went to IR. They activated Edwards. He rushed 16 times in his first week back on a 36% share of being in.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's because he already knew the offense, but Kenyon Drake has a hot hand coming off a 1 touchdown, 116-yard performance against the Giants. And then next week they're like, yeah, nope, sorry, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, sounds like the NFL.
Yeah, just to make fantasy owners look stupid, I guess. I mean,
Yep.
I knew it was going to be a risk, but it was a risk I was willing to take. I lost last week. Oh well, happens.
Does happen.
That's the only waiver wires I had.
I've got. I didn't mention it last week, just in case it was kind of. I don't think I mentioned it last week. For my tight end. Um, no, I had Kate Otten last week as my tight end pickup. This week I got Greg Dulcich.
Yep, seen you pick him
Yep.
up too because I needed a tight
Yeah.
end. So
Oh, I
yeah,
had him. I had him last. I started him last week because I needed a tight end. And first 2 weeks off of IR, because he was on IR for the first 6 weeks, 5 weeks. And his first
yeah,
2 weeks off IR, he's already a focal point for this Broncos offense. And
9
last week,
targets last
Brett
week.
Brett Rypien, yeah, 9 targets.
Wow. Yeah, I guess he's been a little bit of a sleeper, but 9 targets in
Yeah,
a
that's
pretty weapon-heavy Broncos offense that nobody's getting looks. That's it's pretty good looks, and especially I
yeah.
think Russell Wilson has not ruled himself out.
No, he
He
could
said
play.
he's
You never know.
doing stretches on the plane to London, dude. So I
Yeah,
guess he's on something, man.
he was doing high knees
High
in the
knees.
on the plane heading to London.
Man, yeah,
Love to
so
be
he's
his
not ruled
teammate.
himself out. No shit, man. Imagine you're trying to sleep and you got some
I just
dude
want to
go,
go to
ha,
sleep,
ha,
man.
ha, ha. And Barrett's like, hey, come on. Oh, man. I do like
Starts of the
Dulcich, though.
week.
I will start it out. Etienne is a start. There's no more 50-50. Should I start him? Should I not? Is he going to get the target share? No, it's time. Etienne is going off, man. And yeah, he popped off against the Jags last week, and we didn't see much of no against the Giants. You know what I meant. Um,
Hmm.
we didn't see much of Robinson, which makes me think now that they had plans of trading him
They
before
already knew they
Sunday.
were trading.
They
Well,
knew
it's
because
actually
he
been
didn't play at all, and the 100%
yeah,
the shares went to Etienne, and he looked insanely good.
yeah. It's actually been a long time coming that they were planning on because it was just like all of a sudden they were dwindling down his workload and it was weird and nobody understood what was going on. But since week 3, he rushed 17 times, and after that he hadn't rushed more than 10 times. Well, 12 times in week 6 though,
Yeah,
but it was not good. And then didn't rush the ball once last week, which is crazy.
yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I just definitely think that they had it in the books. After James Robinson started out hot, they knew that they had to move him while he had value, and they did. I mean, they got pretty good value out of a free agent running back,
Yeah, I
non-draft, undrafted free agent.
I'm starting Etienne in both my Yahoo leagues this week, and I did last week as well.
Yeah, he's starting in my dynasty league, and his handcuff back. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do a sit on Robinson. I know I joked about starting him, but you got to give guys a chance to learn a playbook, man.
Well, and Michael Carter's there. You can't
Yeah,
just throw
so
away Michael Carter. I mean, he was the starter at the beginning of the year. He was playing over Brees Hall, but
yeah, but
Brees
that's
Hall was just
because you
way
know
too good.
you got to learn the playbook. You give him a couple weeks. The guy with more talent is gonna work his way in,
Yeah.
but seniority is gonna rule out the gate. We've seen it with CMC. So yeah, my next start, Olave. We keep seeing it. We keep seeing it trend up and up. His points literally just keep going up and up. His target share, he got 14 targets last week.
Ooh,
How many receivers in most teams are getting 14 targets, bro? Not a lot. The top
no.
tier guys, the top 5% of receivers are getting that many. So I think that, which, I mean, he only brought in 7 of them, but I think that's due to poor quarterback play. But if you're turning 7 receptions into over 100 yards, man, it's good looks, man. So Olave is not going to find his way back on my bench for quite some time, especially with Winston coming back this week.
Yeah, Olave 46 targets in the games he's played this year.
Insane numbers, man. He's the clear cut #1 over there.
Oh yeah. I got a few starts here. Tom Brady tomorrow night, Thursday night football. I just don't see him not making a comeback against, the the Ravens who have led up, big turnaround games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, especially the second half Ravens defense is
Oh,
probably the worst defense I've ever seen. They
it's
play
bad.
lights out for the first two quarters, first 25 to 26 minutes of the game. Then right before halftime, it's like they shut it down, they let up a score, and then they come out of halftime like they've never seen or played a football game in their life. So yeah, I do think that the Bucks will turn it up, but I still think Tom Brady sits on the bench for me, man. I think he's done.
Also, I think that you should be starting Tony Pollard. No Zeke this
Yup.
week. They pretty much already ruled him out. And they're playing the Bears. I mean, come on. Ramondre Stevenson was the only bright spot Monday night against the Bears defense, and he won me my week actually. I needed him to score 23 or 21 points, and he scored me 23,
Yeah.
and I won.
Yeah, I played against Stevenson this week. I was kind of in pain. I do like the Pollard start. I've been saying it all year, man. Pollard's the guy. Pollard's number one running back. Like, no, he doesn't get like the hard fought yards, which might come and bite him in the ass.
hmm
Because where Zeke did feast was that if
Well,
it's
Zeke,
3rd and 3, you have another set of downs coming.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not stopping
Zeke
him.
minimum 4 yard, 3 to 4 yards every play.
Yeah,
Pollard is -1 or 8 or 40 or 80. It's
yeah.
not that 3 to 4 yards. He's not that guy.
He's not that guy, but I think the more, especially with Dak coming back, the Bears are going to be playing a little bit more separated. They're going to be backing it up because they know he's finna sling of the damn thing. So that leaves it open. On a 3rd and 6, Pollard does run on 3rd and 6 sometimes. Mike McCarthy does say, "Hey, fuck it, let's run power on 3rd and 6," which it sounds stupid, but whenever you have a guy that can bust out for 40, 50, 60, getting all the way to the damn house, it looks good with the defense backed up. I think Pollard's a great start.
And I've also got Brandon Ayuk as a start this week. I've been starting him in my other Yahoo league and in Dynasty because I haven't had much of a choice. And he's led the 49ers in targets the last 2 weeks, and he has 22 over the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of targets.
That is a lot of targets. I think it's because Ayuk was a favorite of Jimmy G. Even last season, he liked to look at him go deep. So I mean, Ayuk's not bad. I think he's definitely like a mid-value guy that you might flex. I don't know about starting him in any of your main receiver spots though.
Hey, I mean, homie's doing good.
I mean, yeah, he's doing good, but like Ayuk is so I don't know. I haven't seen him do good like consistently since he's been in the league. He's always like a guy
Yeah,
you're like maybe I'll start him this week, and then you either get lucky or he gives you one.
yeah. Week 1, 6.7. Week 2, 11.3. Week 3, 12.9. Week 4, 7.7. Week 5, 8.8. Week 6, 28.3. Week
Yep.
7, 15.2.
Yeah, that literally just looks like an
Yeah,
Ayuk. That's an
yeah.
Ayuk season. So I mean, if you go
And
off
then
that though, he is set for another 20 pluser. So
it is finally time to start Dalton Schultz. He showed his rapport with Dak last week, and he ended up with a few targets, and he was about the only one that was getting targeted. And there's no Zeke, so could mean a lot more throwing. You know.
yeah, yeah, that kind of ties into what I said. I think they're definitely going to spread the ball around. Definitely going to run and just try to spread the Bears defense thin, who did just pick up, who was it? Roquan Smith?
Yeah. The
No, they
Bears.
just lost Roquan Smith. So
Yeah.
I think, oh man, who was it? Because they traded him to the Eagles.
No, Roquan or Robert Quinn went to the Eagles.
Robert Quinn. Yeah, I knew it was one of those big guys up front, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I definitely think that the Bears defense is going to be lacking in the pass protection game, or the pass defense game.
Yeah. Roquan Smith is having trouble there, though. He might get traded.
Yeah, I've seen him. I thought that's the reason why, because I read an article about him saying that he just wasn't doing well there. So I was like, man, I actually have a start at running back this week that I've kept on my bench, and he gives me hope and glimmer sometimes. But this week I'm gonna go ahead and fire him up. Coming off a bye week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Miles Sanders.
Yes, sir.
I think Miles Sanders goes for well over 100. just because his rush attempts ever since he got to 27 and popped off against the Jags, he's kind of went downhill. But that's because Jalen Hurts has been not throwing it but running it. So I think
Yes.
against a Pittsburgh team that's probably going to rush Jalen Hurts, I think Miles Sanders is going to get a good amount of looks.
Yeah.
So he's a start for
Um,
me this week.
I got a few sits. I believe you should be sitting Debo Samuel, and I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about Debo rest of the year. I think you should be sitting Geno Smith. Don't see him playing well against the Giants
Yeah,
with
me neither.
no Lock. If Lockett misses and Metcalf misses, that's just going to be a Kenneth Walker day.
Kenneth Walker
That
and a
Yeah,
Goodwin
he's gonna
maybe.
rush. He's literally gonna rush the ball 30 times, and then just depends on what happens there, how many yards he gets. You should be sitting Devin Duvernay. A lot of people thinking he's a sneaky start every once in a while. I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't like any Ravens receivers,
Yeah,
honestly.
I have um, Rashad Bateman, and he has not been doing me very well.
To cap off my sets, I'm still sitting CMC till he learns the playbook. Yeah, he's gonna get reps. Yeah, he's gonna get playing time, but I don't think it's gonna be meaningful playing time. He's gonna get like a designed run where he just gets told exactly where to run. So I mean I don't think he's gonna be a pass catching threat, which is CMC is literally 90% high side. So he's a sit for me
Hmm.
this week. Again, I'm sitting Robinson. I just guys that are learning playbooks, dude, you don't start them, bro. It's just not a
No.
good. It's a recipe for disaster. And then coming off a really shitty week, I thought he would do. I thought he was going to be a really good quarterback for us, not for us, but for the league. Goff. Goff needs to be sat. The Lions offense, I don't know what happened to it. It sputtered, it kicked out, and they're not putting up any points anymore.
Playing good defenses, man.
Yeah, and it shows.
Yep, I 100% believe they're playing good defenses. It's hard to do.
Yeah, no, the Lions offense, and I'm gonna have a hard time starting Amon-Ra St. Brown probably for a couple weeks until he is completely clear concussion protocol. I'm not even like people they don't fuck around with it right now because the
No,
whole
no.
deal with Tua, anybody that gets rocked up a little bit, they pulling them from the game, dude. Like they're not playing
Yep.
around with that shit.
It's life threatening at the same time though. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not a. It's you can be mad about it, but it was your decision to start him. If you know
Yep.
somebody's going through concussion protocol, dude, just go ahead and leave him on the bench. Find somebody else. You don't need to play a guy that has 40 point upside if he's gonna get hurt in the first drive of the game, and no reason for it. All right, man. Thursday night football. We can go ahead and get into our picks.
Yeah.
Unless
Do
you're,
our
are you
game
done with our
picks.
starts? I'm done.
Just I've got a sit in Hayden Hurst. Um,
I mean,
that whole Cincinnati offense is going off but him. So I don't think he's going to be a big focal point.
no,
Even though
he's
he's
kind
an
of picking up a
in-league
new
touchdown.
Zama threat.
Yeah,
They're
just I
about the
mean
same
any week.
guy, so yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's all I
could get
wanted to
red
say.
zone targets, but yeah, you just never know. It's kind of like
No.
Dawson Knox. I'm starting him
Yeah.
out of just desperateness, like I have to. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I agree, man. Anyway, we can wrap up last week. I went 8-6, and Brett went 10-4. We knew we were gonna get spread on a couple games, and we really flip flopped more than we agreed last week, which is kind of actually an anomaly. We don't do that often. But that puts me at 37-23, and Brett at 34-26. And if you bet on every single game, and if you listen to our picks, you're up a little bit of cash right now. So I mean, you're welcome.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. If you listen to ESPN, you're probably down money. A lot of them have been
That's
getting it
facts.
wrong. So ESPN analyst, me and Dan Orlovsky are probably gonna set up a celebrity boxing match whenever I get it big. I want to kick that dumbass right in the teeth, man. He has been just doing Daniel Jones way too wrong, man. Anyways, Thursday night football, Ravens versus the Bucks. Who do you have?
I've got the Bucks winning.
And we're starting it off on the wrong foot. I got the Ravens, man.
Good.
I think they start cold, and the Ravens just take advantage, man. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Um, right after that, we've got our London game Sunday morning. I have the Jags over the Broncos.
I also have the Jags over the Broncos. The Jags losing last week doesn't mean that they're bad. They definitely seem like they got a lot of help from the refs to even stick in the game. I'm not going to dive into that one. But yeah, the Jags are good. Etienne is phenomenal. I think he pops off on the Broncos. And yeah, Russell Wilson, if he does not start, the Jags should be a 12-point favorite.
Hmm.
But since
Um,
he's probably going to start, they're only a 3-point underdog. I should let you know that. But okay.
my next game on the list, I'm just going off of DraftKings here.
Yep.
Pats over Jets.
I also have the Pats over the Jets. They're 3-point favorites, and they're coming off a pretty bad loss against the Bears. So Bill Belichick doesn't exactly lose 2 games in a row, and he kind of owns the Jets. Bill Belichick is the father and of the Jets. So yeah, I had the Pats, regardless who's starting at QB.
Um, so you got Ravens, Jags, Pats.
Yep,
It's Mac Jones's QB spot.
it
Zappy
is
ain't
a
coming
spot.
back in.
Zappy isn't coming back. He didn't
My
do
next
anything
one,
any better.
I have the Eagles over the Steelers. Pretty easy there.
Yeah, the Eagles should absolutely wipe the floor with them, but I wouldn't mind a Steelers upset just for the
Well,
rest of us in
no,
the
of course.
division here. I am going with the Eagles just because I think it's the right call, but I am rooting super hard for the Steelers, man.
Absolutely. I will take an L for the Steelers to win,
Me
though.
too, man. I want Kenny Pickett to come out and sling the damn rock and make Jalen Hurts his
Which he
bitch.
can. He
He
can.
can. He has done it. But he has done it in garbage time. I hate to be that guy, but he doesn't
I
sling
have
the
a
rock in
feeling
meaningful
we're going to be
games.
separate on this next game. I'm going Lions over Dolphins.
Yep, we are way too separate. There's no way. The Dolphins are way better. The Lions suck. I don't even have to defend that one. I already went on my little spiel about golf. Yeah, I don't know what you're seeing there.
Hey, you got to take risks.
Yeah, you do gotta take risks. I get it. Who's your next game up?
I've got Vikings over Cardinals.
I also have the Vikings over the Cardinals. Kyler Murray starting to look like a middle of the pack quarterback.
Well, he
Even with
looks
D
much
Hop
better.
back,
Yeah, he looks much better with D Hop. That's
he
the
does
big
look
thing.
way better with D Hop back. But still, man, not really seeing it. I'm not buying it. Vikings are the better team this time.
Yes.
We'll see what happens down the road. If the Cardinals are a playoff team, maybe they meet in a wild card matchup, but we'll see.
Um,
My next game up is the Saints. Where is this at on DraftKings? They switch it up. The noon games get
yeah,
so
apparently they
flip
changed
flopped.
up.
I swear.
Well, my
Saints
next
over
one's
the
Panthers,
Raiders.
Saints over. See, I've got Raiders over Saints.
Yeah. With Jameis Winston coming back, they're 2-point underdogs. I think the plus 105 money line on the Saints. I think they win it by a field goal. I think it scores 27-24. And yeah, I'll call that one right now. Mark it right now.
Um,
Bookmark it.
Panthers over Falcons.
No,
I'm a
because
believer.
I also had a Mario to start this week. I had him as a start last week, kind of missed, but I still have him a start against the Panthers. The Panthers are hot right now, coming off a win against the Bucks team that probably should have just absolutely waxed them. Maybe that defense is better than I thought. I don't
Donta
think it
Foreman,
is,
baby.
but Donta Foreman did go for what? It was like maybe 89, 90. I don't think he broke 100, but he went crazy. Are you fact checking here?
Him and Chuba Hubbard did really well, but Chuba Hubbard might be hurt. So you got Falcons over Panthers.
I do have the Falcons over the Panthers.
My next game on here is Boys over the Bears.
Yup. That's the last noon game, correct? I have the Cowboys over the Bears. I don't like the spread. I don't think the Cowboys are 10 point. I don't think they're a 10 point, whatever it's called, favorite over any team right now until maybe they get their offense rolling. But that squeaked one by to like the last like 5 minutes of the Lions game. Then it got kind of out of hand. But
Yeah, it looked close for a
it
while.
was way too close until the Lions started to have to put everything in four down territory, and
Yeah,
then
they got overwhelmed.
yeah. So yeah, that one's a
Now
pretty
I've got
easy pick.
you already did that one. Titans over the Texans.
Yeah, first 3 o'clock game, Titans over the Texans should be easy money. I don't really see the Texans staying in that one, especially with shit. What's his name? The veteran wide receiver. I can't quite think of his name. I always fade him in all
Cooks.
of our drafts. Yeah, Brandon Cooks is on the trade block. People are pretty
Yeah.
vocal about it. If he is seriously getting traded, I doubt he gets any time. So maybe time to sit him until that gets resolved. Next game up is the Niners and the Rams for me. Who do you got?
I've got Niners over Rams.
I do have the Niners over the Rams. I don't know what's going on with the Rams. Not looking like the Rams. Clearly,
No.
I don't. They're
Super
not
Bowl
even
winning team.
definitely in a Super Bowl hangover, man. And
I
what's crazy is that
believe
they brought
that
everyone back basically.
they could trade for Kareem Hunt, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something because
Yeah. Well, and I've heard that the Kareem Hunt asking price is a fourth round pick. That's not
yeah,
bad.
that's not bad at all. If you wouldn't be willing to give anyone a fourth round pick, which the Rams are kind of low on picks right now.
Yeah, but a fourth rounder they should have.
Yeah, maybe in like 2026.
My next game, I'll save that one for a minute here.
I know
I've
what
got
you want.
Colts over the Commanders.
No way. This is where we're getting spread off again.
What?
I got the Commanders. I think they stay hot. They just wax the Packers. Taylor
No,
Heineke,
no.
man, after he threw that pick six, it's like he like put the Darth Vader mask on, started breathing real heavy, and just started dotting them up, dude.
We also didn't talk about the Matt Ryan benching.
Oh yeah, that's all
Yeah.
another reason why I don't like the Colts. I figured we
Yep.
would get to it
Oh
there.
no. Sam
Sam
Ellinger's gonna
Ellinger, bro.
sling it, bro. Sling it.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I do hope he slings it as a Michael Pittman owner. I do hope he slings the damn thing. But yeah, I think the Commanders stay hot and prove that they are a team in the best division in the league. That they don't have
Yeah.
to be a good team, but they can prove that they are a team. They're just
We'll
not hurting our record right now.
talk about our last 3 o'clock game here. Who do you have? Giants over Seahawks.
I think I'm going to take the Seahawks here. If I
Really?
was handicapped, I'm taking the Giants. We're going absolutely. I don't know why we're 3 point dogs. I think the Giants clear this one easy. I think this is another one I'm going to make a little bit of cash on. I went all in on the Giants last week on a very hefty money line. Vegas tried to pull it from me. They tried to call in the refs. I don't care what happens this week. We're gonna wax Geno Smith, bro. I don't care. It's happening.
I also have the Giants over the
Okay,
Seahawks.
see now you had me going for way too long here, man. There's just no way. There's no way, dude. Like I get it, but if they, especially if they're down DK and Lockett,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Kenneth Walker will have 100 plus yards,
yeah,
and do really
easily,
well.
probably a touchdown,
But
maybe even two.
yeah, but I still think it's an L. Sunday night game. I think it should be hopefully a good game. Otherwise, the Bills are just gonna wax their ass. But I've got Bills over Packers.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a line here. I got the
Yeah.
Bills on the spread. I like them covering the 11 point spread, and I'm taking the
Oh,
over.
really?
I think the Bills probably drop 49, 50 points this game. And if the Packers can chip in to help the over, I think it'd be nice. But the over is only 47.5 points, man. That's I
Yeah.
think that's an easy
Bills could score
grab
that
with the Bill.
themselves.
Yeah, the Bills are especially against a bad Packers defense, man. Uh, maybe Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon stick one in, but yeah, not Brady. Rogers has no trust in his receivers. It's clear. But yeah, Bills definitely covering the 11 point spread and the over 47.5 points. Lock it in.
And then Monday night we've got the Bengals and Browns. I'm taking the Bengals.
This actually might be one of the best prime time Monday, well, not prime time, but Monday night prime time games. I can't say prime time anymore because that's like copyrighted on Thursday now. But yeah, like a Monday night football game have most of the time been shit. The Thursday night games have been shit. But yeah, this one should be good. I think the Bengals come out and sling it, and I think the Bengals are the winners.
Okay. Well, we'll
Nice.
see how we do this week.
Yeah, man. Definitely gonna be an interesting week. A lot of
See if
upsets
I can
last
catch
week,
another two
so
games on you.
we'll see. I have a good feeling that I might
I'm coming
go
back.
14-0 this week.
I was in Louisiana this weekend and I set up a parlay and it got busted by two teams.
The Bucks and the Packers.
Yeah. Oh, and the Patriots.
Yeah,
got me
they
too.
definitely didn't help
Yep.
for sure.
They got me. They got me.
All right, guys, that is all we have for you this week. If you guys did like the content and are new around here, definitely make sure to subscribe. We upload every Thursday before the Thursday night game. We switched it. We used to upload on Wednesdays, but now we're recording on Wednesdays, uploading on Thursdays because it works better for our schedule. So yeah, man, make sure to stay tuned. If you did, drop a like, and yeah, peace, guys.
Yep. See ya.
The boys are back in town.